Dude, I got so fucking mad at Bonk last time. Man, I gotta just refresh.
$600 million.
But it was fun though, even though my PC just
Over the
keeps
course of
sending me
6
to Turkey
years,
for no
Mike
fucking
Tyson
reason.
celebrated his 36th birthday with a bank account reading 0.
What?
So how did Mike Tyson go
I don't know
bankrupt?
about this.
Tyson made it clear that a financial education wasn't a part of his childhood,
From a broke background, I never really learned the art of handling money as a kid.
which became a problem as he
Yeah,
began
that's
to
the point,
earn
to learn that.
millions whilst he was still a teenager. After becoming champion at the age of only 20, Mike Tyson began to average $7.5 million per fight.
Chat, so I tell you, chat, guys, if I had child, if I had child, chat, guys, they would have to at least they gotta struggle. Like they're gonna be given the tools, right? But not like
This
bad.
didn't even include his
Like,
other sources.
financial
of
literacy
income.
needs to be
He was
learned
paid
here.
over $50 million in casino deals, $3.5 million for a WrestleMania guest
'Cause it's an
appearance, while
important
Mike Tyson's
process.
Punch-Out sold 2 million copies during its very first year. By 1990, Mike Tyson was credited as the highest-paid athlete in the world, with an estimated $28.6 million in income this year. Although all of this changed when he was sent to prison only 2 years later.
the
Between
heck?
1992 and his release in 1995, Mike Tyson was unable to earn a single dollar. Although as summarized by this CBS article, he wasn't exactly struggling when he finally walked free. Most Indiana prisoners are given $75 in spending money to ease their transition back into society.
Only
Tyson
70.
needed no such help. The former
Man,
heavyweight
that's
champion had
7.
2
No,
checks,
dude,
each
that's
made out to him for
3
$10 million.
meals
In
in
the
North
next few
America,
weeks,
man.
Tyson will get another
3
$12
meals.
million for the rights to future fights and television.
Dude, 3
a few
meals
months
at
later, he earned
McDonald's.
the most money ever given to a boxer, $25 million, to fight a stiff named Peter McNeely. Over the next 2 years, Tyson earned a further $140 million from 5 different fights, making him feel invincible.
Money is a false sense of security.
False sense of security. Nothing about it could be a
You feel
real.
invincible with money.
Sure.
I feel like you can't even die.
Which, when combined with the bitterness from his time spent in prison, caused Tyson to begin spending everything.
For me being poor, never having anything, for me being bitter, angry for being in prison, it stems from a lot of things.
Firstly, there were the cars. According to CBS, Tyson reportedly bought 110
Jesus.
cars either for himself or as gifts, one of which being a
Oh, 110
$320,000 Bentley Azure, the most expensive production car in the world. Tyson bought it and ordered 4 more. In the space of a few minutes,
Oh, I
he
mean, I
spent more than
spent- yo,
$1.5
I bought
million,
my
while
family
in a different instance,
useful,
Tyson showed up at a
needed
car
cars
dealership just
that are not
outside New
luxury.
York to buy another car. He bought a Ferrari for $300,000, declining a test drive because he already had one just like it. On a different day, Tyson was pulled over whilst driving his Rolls Royce without a license, but was able to get out of trouble by giving the car to the cop.
You know, sir, why don't you just take the car? You know, you deserve it because you've been
What?
doing a lot. Because I didn't want to get arrested. I didn't have license.
Dude,
What?
we're so corrupt,
Why
man.
don't you just take it? You know, it was around.
Well, you don't even go to
230,
jail though for that.
And they took
This didn't end well for the officer.
it. He got fired.
He did?
yeah.
Although it did end well for Tyson's friend Ed Lover, who was given a Bentley so he could drive home from a club.
He goes, here, take the car. I'm like, okay. He gives me the Bentley. A month go by, I still have this car. He said, I wanted you to have that car. He said, I gave you that car.
With so many vehicles, Tyson needed somewhere to store them, purchasing mansions in Las Vegas, Ohio, and
What the
Maryland.
fuck?
However, these were nothing compared to the house he bought in Connecticut. It featured 21 bedrooms and 35 bathrooms, as well as a full-blown nightclub, a movie theater, a
Well,
mini
we've seen
casino, a squash court, and a fully spec'd out proper commercial gym. But this was only
Wait, we've
the
seen this property
inside.
before.
Outside, there was a full-size basketball court, a swimming
Wait, that's 50 cents thing though. With the ugly club. It is disgusting. Look at that. Ew.
a full-blown nightclub, a movie theater, a mini casino, a
We've
squash
watched
court, and a
this.
fully spec'd out proper
Oh, he had
commercial
it first,
gym. But this was only the inside. Outside, there was a full-size basketball court, a swimming pool with its own grotto, and get this, its own lake house, and fountain.
Chad, the
on a
landscaping and upkeep on this is
17.6
insane,
acre
man.
block.
It's not even the cost
If
of the
the
house,
house
sir.
looks familiar, it's because Tyson eventually sold it at 50 Cent, who called it his biggest financial mistake.
What was the most, like, when you wasted money?
The Tyson crib was like that.
Mainly because of of how much the property cost to run.
How much was the upkeep? Guesstimate per year.
So my goodness, I am a
Hold on.
prestige loser.
A year.
Tyson expanded on this in a different interview.
It's gonna cost me $25,000 just to mow the lawn.
That's
Which when combined with his
ridiculous.
other houses meant
Only
gardening bills alone
700K.
amounted to $100,000.
I didn't watch, I just know.
Although the gardener was still a minor expense
Hey,
compared
what?
to the amount to $100,000.
I didn't
Yeah, the Killian.
watch, I just know.
Although the gardener was still a
You feel
minor
me?
expense compared to the things Tyson bought for these houses. As a gift for his first wife, Robin Givens, Mike spent $2.2 million on a solid gold bathtub, which was followed by their divorce less than a year later, which cost Mike a further $10 million in legal
Why is my
fees and
fucking chat
compensation.
still here, man?
Tyson had also dropped
Get outta here,
$410,000
man.
on a birthday party
So get
and
outta here.
$140,000 on 2 white Bengal tigers, which needed their own specialty enclosure, $200,000 a year worth of food, and their own animal trainer, which Mike hired.
How
at a
is
cost
that
of
me?
$125,000
Shut
a year.
up!
Mike also had to pay a friend $250,000 in
Never married, never divorced, never settled, never lost anything. Shut up, bitch ass. Shut up!
compensation after they were bitten by one of the tigers, although there was another bite that cost Tyson
How is it? It's all out there! Holy fuck, shut up!
and more. During a match in 1997, Evander Holyfield headbutted Tyson, who in retaliation bit a portion of Holyfield's ear off. Tyson was disqualified and fined $3 million.
That's a
although it seemed
classic,
he hadn't
man.
learned his lesson, as he then bit Lennox Lewis's leg during a press conference, warranting another $335,000 fine. In the process, Tyson employed over 200 different people, including chefs, chauffeurs, and bodyguards, the most pointless of which being a guy nicknamed Crocodile, whose sole function was to dress in fatigues and repeatedly shout guerrilla warfare at Tyson's news conferences, for which he was paid $300,000 in 1996. In another crazy instance, Tyson walked into
the
a club and
fuck?
offered to pay for everybody's drinks all night.
Mike calls me over again. Hey,
That's
come here.
fine,
What's
that's
up,
not
Mike?
that
Tell
much.
the DJ I got the bar until the club closed. I said, what are you talking about? I'm buying
Not
the bar
that
out.
much.
That's
Everybody
not
can
that
have
bad, that's
whatever
not
they
that
want.
However, there was one final expense that
Bruh.
was higher than any other.
Dude, that's more than my entire fucking family. That's more than my entire
It was
bloodline,
revealed in
man.
2003 that Tyson owed $13.4 million to the IRS, $117,000 to 5 different states, as well as $4 million to British tax authorities, and things only got worse from here. Turns out most of Mike's luxury purchases were being made on credit, and as a result, he also owed $27 million to various different businesses, including $600,000 to a legal company, $500,000 to his finance manager, and $800,000 to a former trainer, all of which was stacked on top of a second divorce.
Guys, what is your trainer doing that he's paid $800K? Is this guy like doing like fucking muscle grafts or something? Like,
$100,000 to a former trainer, all of which was stacked on top of a second divorce. Tyson owes money to at least 246 creditors, including the Internal Revenue Service, the Screen Actors Guild, and dozens of doctors, lawyers,
Oh,
and
he trained
accountants.
him 'cause he
Tyson owes his
boxed.
ex-wife Monica Turner almost $9 million from their divorce, and he hasn't paid $19.4 million in taxes to the
damn, he was ordered to pay 12 mil and he still owed 9. He
The IRS,
didn't pay
Great
anything yet.
Britain, and 5 states, which was an extra large problem as Tyson was down to his last $1,250 in cash. Tyson, 38, said all of his houses have been sold or seized, and he owns only one car, albeit a white Hummer SUV, newly purchased and apparently not yet paid for. According to bank records, Tyson's attorney
Guys,
submitted to the
I say last time, I'll say it again, chat. The IRS is the final boss of all bosses. Doesn't matter what bosses you won against, dude. The IRS is the gatekeeper at the end of the fucking line, dude. At the end zone, brother. The
US
IRS
bankruptcy
is
court.
there, dude.
Tyson earned $38
Just remember that,
during
man.
January. His living expenses during that month were more than $407,000. Mike Tyson was completely and utterly screwed. However, he devised a plan to get himself out of trouble. Tyson's reorganization plan is ambitious. He hopes to earn at least
Even after that,
$19.5 million from boxing over the next 3 years to help satisfy his creditors, although this isn't what would happen. In fact, he'd lose both of his next 2 professional fights before retiring retiring from boxing and filing for bankruptcy. At the time he'd state, my whole life has been a waste. I've been a failure. I just want to escape. I'm really embarrassed with myself and my life. I want to be a missionary. I think I could do that while keeping my dignity without letting people know they chased me out of the country. I want to get this part of my life over as soon as possible.
I don't think he feels this way, but I still disagree. Guys, he at the time, even though it was irresponsible, he balled out, and he's at an age with, like, you know, shit. I mean, dude, you're gonna pass the good years, you know. He had great good years, you know? So, like...
In this country, nothing good is going to come of me.
I'm
so stigmatized, there is no way I can elevate myself. I'll never be happy. I believe I'll die alone. I would want it that way. I've been a loner all my life with my secrets and my pain. I'm really lost, but I'm trying to find myself. I'm a really sad, pathetic case. With nothing else to do, Mike spent his days caring for 350 unique pigeons, a collection which prior to bankruptcy, he'd paid $400,000 for. He'd later liken his spending habits to a drug addiction.
It's like the drugs. You might as well say you have it all, but it's still that empty hole that you're trying to fulfill. You spend as much as you can to try to get that satisfaction, fulfill that hole that just is bottomless.
However, Tyson's life wasn't finished yet. Losing everything had taught Tyson a valuable lesson.
I know the power of humbleness now.
How did you learn that?
I have to lose everything.
With humility acting as a baseline for him.
How is it when everybody hits rock bottom, chat? It's the birds. Chat, it's the birds. Because I always think of the birds. He gets the birds. I think the TV show it's the birds. The birds. I think about that sometimes, chat. He hit rock bottom. It'd be nice to have a bird. What's it with the birds?
To rebuild his life. Tyson took the lessons he'd learnt and transformed them into a book, whilst his life story was also the perfect premise for his own documentary. On top of this, Mike landed a cameo role in both The Hangover 1 and 2, for which he was paid $300,000. Through these various media appearances, Mike was able to rebuy himself a pretty awesome house in Vegas, although he refused to let money dictate his happiness.
Is there anybody that thinks a lot of money is going to make them happy? They never had a lot of money.
Because it don't make you happy.
Yeah, oh no, it's gonna make you miserable. It can make you hate yourself.
Since then, Mike has launched his own extremely successful podcast called Hotboxin' and built a net worth of $10 million.
Damn. That's pretty nice.
I enjoyed that. That's a good video. Guys, that's a pretty good video. So what is the moral of the story, chat? The birds, you think, chat? Is it more about the birds?
Yeah, it's about the birds.
Or is it less about the cars?
No. It's the birds.
It can't be both. It can't be one of them more than the other.
When the birds find rich people,
the birds,
they purposefully sabotage them so they go poor, and they feed them brain chemicals to make them spend more, right? To get them addicted to spending, and they go poor, and then they have to care for the birds. That's what they're doing. It's the birds.
They're gonna be unhappy.
It's the birds. 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 It's the birds.
I don't want it to be annoying.
It's the birds, man. It's the birds.
It's possible, you know. But I want it to be happy. Guys, like this one.
That's nice. Look, man.
Like this one.
Look. It's like Vanos Gaming.